Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to Renee Box Young. I hope you guys are all having a great, weekend. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You know what I mean? It's Sunday. Um, what's the date, man? I can't believe I forgot the date. It's April 4th. Nice afternoon, evening-ish, depending on which time zone you're in. You know what I mean? So I hope everyone's doing great, man. This Sunday afternoon, and whenever you listen, what I'm saying, whenever you tune in, I hope you're having a great day. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to go live, man, to give my post-fight reaction. Definitely. And I got other things I want to talk about also. You know what I'm saying? So many things going on as always, right, in the sport of boxing, man. So I want to give my post-fight reaction, concerning the Herring fight and Frampton. Herring and Frampton, I was really surprised, man. I mean, great stuff, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, if I'm not mistaken, Herring was the favorite. He was the favorite, between him and Frampton. And I personally thought I personally thought Frampton was going to win, man. But man, Herring showed up and showed out, man. Got nothing to take away from him. Amazing performance, man. He really, really surprised me. You know what I'm saying? So, the way he boxed, very, very clean. You know what I'm saying? So, but before anything, man, I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Thanks so much, for liking, subscribing, sharing your support. You know what I'm saying? Showing your support, tuning into lives, commenting in the comment sections of the videos. As always, I always have to take time out to appreciate each and every one of you. You know what I'm saying? Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. Thank you so much. Welcome to Renee Box Young. This is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing, in a level-headed fashion, man, definitely. And, I'm just unwinding, man. I hope everyone is unwinding and had a restful weekend. A lot of people, because of the weekend, right? A lot of people are busy, down here also. A lot of people are on vacation and stuff like that. So I just hope you all rested up, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready for the work week and stuff like that. I'm still on vacation, thankfully, but I hope everybody's rested up and just is having a great day, spending time with their family and loved ones, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, man. Like I said, there are several things I want to talk about, man, before I get to the Herring and Frampton reaction, my personal reaction and the ramifications. I'm sure a lot of people already know about the ramifications concerning the winner of Frampton and Herring, which we already know. Obviously, Herring's the winner. So several ramifications, man. I mean, it looked like I personally thought, oh, hey, Bruce goes, what's going on? Felices Pascuas, definitely, man. Feliz Pascua, man, to you. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great weekend, man. I hope you're doing good, Bruce. Thanks so much, man, for jumping on in here, man. Thanks so much, dude. I'm just relaxed, man. Just relaxed this weekend, specifically today, on Sunday. I just had a great day so far, man. You know, Before I get into the news, what I'm saying? Several things, like I said, news just goes out, it spreads like wildfire, like always, you know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about some extra things before I get to the Herring and Frampton, my reaction on it. And it went way different, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Briscoe says here, Wilder fighting Carlos Negron. Hey, you know what? Looks like Briscoe's is my L dub now. Bruce goes is like L Dub now. He's just throwing in. You heard it first. Hey, Bruce, thanks, dude. Christopher Journey, what's going on, fam? Haven't seen you in a minute, man. I hope you're doing great, Christopher Journey. Honor and respect, definitely, man. Honor, I like how you do that. I like how you put that in your name there, Christopher Journey. Honor and respect, man. Thanks so much, Christopher Journey. Have you seen you in a minute, bro? And we're gonna chop it up, bro. We're gonna chop it up in a moment right now, and it's funny. Briscoe says while they're fighting. Let me put that. I got to put that highlight so people who jump in can see that, man. You heard it first. From what I know, Bruce got some sources too, man. So, hey, that's awesome, Bruce. I haven't seen that like from Bruce yet. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the first where I hear Bruce giving some straight up breaking news. Excuse me. So that's cool. Cool. June 12th. Okay, now let's get to that real quick. It's interesting. I didn't even expect that. So, you know, I've been saying for a minute, man. I've been saying for a minute, generally speaking with fighters, and I'm saying let's just get right to it. As far as this, news that Bruce goes. Thanks so much, Bruce, for that information, man. That Bruce goes is sharing with us. I've been saying for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying, with generally speaking, with all fighters, I'm 100 with everybody, man. How Wilder and Fury have to get back in the ring. So this is great. This is great, man. Seeing Wilder come back June 12th. Now we understand that, you know what I mean? I think it's a lot of talk concerning Dillian White. He's just been talking up the yin yang for years. It was his opportunity. I don't know why Eddie Hearn didn't, maybe possibly capitalize on this opportunity to fight Wilder, to have White and Wilder next. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's great to see that Wilder's going to be back in the ring, man. I've been saying it time and time again. I want to see him back in the ring, man. Carlos Negron. Okay, so I never heard of him, but I understand, man. I mean, it's been so long since Wilder's been in the ring, you know, not nice warm up fight. I understand that definitely, man. So on Fox pay-per-view, it's going to be on pay-per-view. So is that the main event? I don't know if that's the main event. Bruce goes. Can you? People are jumping in the building. Thank you guys so much, man. So let me just shout out. So y'all see it. I'm gonna keep that comment there for a minute. Because Bruce Goes just gave us some breaking news right freaking now, dude. So right when I jumped in, he just straight shot it out there, man. So Bruce, I thank you so much, man. You my guy, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in here. So once again, Christopher Jordan, thanks so much for jumping in, man. Tone Brown's in the building. What's going on, Tone Brown? You know, like I said for a moment, you know, I was saying this for a couple minutes right when I just got on. Sylvester Stallone, man, what's up, bro? What's up? 2011, man, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks so much for jumping in. Chain with Ice, man, what's going on? Family's in the building today, man. I really appreciate you. Yeah, definitely a tune-up, Tone Brown. Definitely a tune-up. Yeah, I mean, just so that, I mean, I don't know all the fighters, you know what I'm saying? But just looking at the name, Carlos Negron, never heard of that dude. And, you know, heavyweight, never heard of the dude. So yeah, definitely a warm up. So you know, I understand. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And you know, now that you guys are jumping in the building, I just want to say, man, I hope you guys are having a restful weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just having a great day. Getting back to what I was saying before we get to the news. You know, I'm just having a great day, man. You know, it's good to always, I've said it time and time again, man, always find some time to unwind, you know, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, you know, all aspects, you know, take some time to unwind. Open up the windows to your house, man. Let the fresh air go in. You know what I'm saying? It's this beautiful spring weather, man, right now. Down here, at least, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. You know, it gets kind of cloudy, nice and breeze. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love the weather. You know, I open the windows in my bedroom. I just max and relax. Hear the birds out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That's just my type of unwind time. You know what I'm saying? I find time. I always try to find time on the weekend to do that. You know, just say screw everything and just go lay down on the bed, keep the windows open, and just enjoy the wonderful weekend. You know what I'm saying? Just having a great weekend. I hope you guys are having a great weekend too, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to the comments, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are jumping in here, man. Hey, DP Rock's in the building. What's going on, DP? You know, if you can hear just my voice kind of relaxed, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, man, it's just relaxed today, man. I love it. So DP Rocket, thanks so much for jumping in here, man. Pigeon Mike. Okay, what's going on, Pigeon? Yeah, get some air. Yeah, I mean, that Pigeon Mike. Did you know that Pigeon Mike? They say it's therapeutic. They say it's therapeutic. I mean, whatever, physicians, medics, whatever, right? They say it's actually therapeutic to do that, man. It's interesting you say that, Pigeon Mike. Yeah, get some fresh air, man. Take your shoes off, walk on the sand, walk on the grass, you know, go to the park, go to your local, you know, park. And then, you know, they have little sandboxes or whatever. Just go walk in that thing, man, or on the grass. It's beautiful, man. I don't know, you know, those little things in life, man, I just enjoy, you know what I'm saying? Little things in life, man. I just enjoy it. And I just say this because I hope you guys are having a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? The stresses of life, you know what I'm saying? Kids, maybe you guys got kids, you know, or, you know, whatever, right? Your family, you know, it's good to teach them that too. It's always good to you know, have the family with that type of culture, you know, to have time to rest, man, have time to relax, man. Especially in this freaking generation we're living in, man. Crazy. Everything's just wild. And it's just, yeah, dude, you definitely need it. So yeah, so Wilder fighting Carlos Negron on June 12th. Fox pay-per-view. Who's the main event? I'm assuming it's Wilder and Carlos, right? I mean, that has to be the main event. So that's breaking, man. We heard it first, definitely here on Renee Box Young. Y'all go share it. Y'all go share it right now, man. Go ahead and take a screenshot of my guy Bruce Goes, his comment right there, man. Take a screenshot of it. Go ahead and post it on your social media, man. And say, hey, breaking news, boom. Bruce Goes is telling us, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. And I know it's valid. I know it's valid for my guy, Bruce. Bruce ain't playing around. So, hey, Wilder's fighting. And let me get back to what I was saying here when I saw this breaking news. And I didn't even think this was going to come up. You know what I'm saying? I had other things in mind right now to talk about. We're going to get to that in a moment. But like I said, man, these fighters, man, they got to get in the ring. And it's great to hear Wilder that he's going to come back to the ring in June. Right now, what is it? April, May, June, a couple months? Awesome. So these guys got to get back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? These guys who have been on big layoffs definitely got to get back in the ring. So let me continue here. Let me continue here in the comments real quick. Oh yeah, it's people saluting. Awesome. I stand by. Yeah, Bruce goes, man. Definitely. I know Bruce goes stands on his word. Definitely, man. So we got here Pigeon Mike saying, of course, it is when you do that, you absorb the energy. Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful. Even even like river, like I don't know, man, I'm not the best with nature and stuff. I'm not good with that stuff, but I love nature obviously. But even like river pebbles, you know what I'm saying, river pebbles. That's why, this is why, I mean, I don't want to get way off here, okay, but this is why, um they have like in waterfalls, built-in waterfalls in your house or whatever. They have river pebbles, rocks, river rocks, and it makes a distinct sound that's real relaxing, and you can walk on them too, and it's just really therapeutic, man. So I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, man. Definitely, man. Ricky E245, man, what's up fam? So let me get back to the breaking news, Ricky, just in case you didn't see it, man. From our guy, he's giving us the news right here. Oh my gosh, kind of got lost in the chat right here real quick, man. Let me get to Bruce. Oh my gosh, hold on. Where's the breaking news, man? Where's the breaking news? We got DP Rocket saying right here, bam. Yeah, so I don't know if I lost that comment. Where is it? Hold on, man. Let me just, I mean, the chat's already jumping up. It's popping, man. So okay, here we go. It's one of the first chats, one of the first comments that Bruce put. So those who are just jumping in, man, Wilder fighting Carlos Negron on Negron. I'm sorry with the pronunciation. I'm horrible with names. On June 12th, Fox. Hey, y'all seen it here first. So let me get back to what I was saying. Screenshot it, put it in your social media, put it in your Instagram, Facebook, and say, hey, you heard it here first from Bruce Groves on Renee Box Young. My guy Bruce Groves sending the info out. You heard it here first, baby. That's exactly what that's exactly what Bruce Groves saying. You heard it first. Heck yeah, man. You're awesome, Bruce. I really appreciate you, man. You guys are awesome. Let me get to the chat here real quick, man, and we're gonna get to some news here. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tune-up fight. I mean, it's definitely a tune-up fight. Let me get to what here Tone Brown saying right here. So concerning this breaking news, this is a tune-up. Excuse me. Carlos Negron been knocked out twice in a row. Oh my gosh, he's gonna get knocked out 3 times now. So I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to speak like that. Against Carlos. Who knows, right? He's probably gonna tune up. We never know, man. These underdogs, man, they're showing up and showing out. I'm not saying. Okay, we'll get back real quick. Herring versus Frampton. Herring was a favorite, okay? But at the same time, he was being doubted by a lot of people, and I was one of them. Hey, I admit it. I was one of them. I was doubting Herring. I didn't think he was going to win, man. And look what he did. And I'm not saying that Herring was the underdog, but he was doubted. You know what I'm saying? Just like all fighters are doubted to a certain extent. But I really doubted Herring. I didn't think he was going to win, man. And he won by a freaking impressive fashion. So who the heck knows, right? If Carlos Negron, he's been knocked out twice. Maybe this is going to be motivation for him. Maybe he's going to come and take Wilder. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I can't say. I've been really, really quiet on this, and you already know. You already know who rock with me, man. All you guys. You already know when it comes to Deontay Wilder, what I've said about him. I just said I just want to see him back in the ring. I haven't said much about if I'm optimistic that he's going to bring new things. He had some changes and adjustments in his team. Y'all know the controversy there, and I don't even get into it because other platforms break that down. I don't have time to break that down. You see what I'm saying? I don't have time to break it down because it's just been overkilled. It's all been broken down with Wilder, with Fury, with his team, changing certain people in his team and whatever. It is what it is. So I don't even know, man. I don't even know whoever Deontay Wilder was going to fight before we got this breaking news from our guy Bruce Goes. I had no idea how he's going to come back. So concerning his skills, concerning his performance and what he's going to bring in the ring, concerning how is he going to come back from the beating he had in the last fight, you guys got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? And thank you guys so much once again for jumping up in here, man. Beautiful Sunday. I hope you guys are doing great. Once again, I reiterate, we got to remember that, a fighter after a beating like that, you know what I'm saying? I know it was controversial, blah, 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 but let's just look at the facts here. Let's just look at the facts, not like, oh, it was this, and I don't know. But concerning the facts, Deontay Wilder he took a real beating, okay? He took a beating. And fighters sometimes who take beatings like that, sometimes they don't come back the same. However, sometimes when fighters get beat like that, they come back twice as hard. So I just don't know. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Wilder hasn't been coming out too much, at least. So as far as like, that he's training, or you see clips of him, and in the ring, or I don't know, in the gym. I have no idea. So I'm just happy to see him back, man. I hope that this fight goes through. It should, but it's hard right nowadays. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe Carlos get a coronavirus, or who knows, man? Who knows? But hey, this is great news. This is great news, and I just can't wait to see him back in the ring. I'm gonna have this fight between Wilder and Carlos. I'm gonna have Wilder under a microscope, man. I want to see his every move. I want to see if there's improvements. That's what I'm gonna look at. That's what I'm going to look at towards Deontay Wilder when he fights, Lord willing, man, on June. I think it was June 12th, right? Thanks so much, Bruce, for breaking that info, bro. Yeah, I think it's June 12th. So I'm going to have Wilder under a microscope, man. I want to see, if there's improvement in his, I just want to see everything, the look of his eyes. I want to, and the build up and the press conferences. I want to hear him. I want to, it's just great. It's just great to have him back, man. This is awesome, man. The more I speak about it, the more excited I'm getting, man. Bruce goes, thank you so much, bro. I did not expect that. I did not expect that news, man. So this is good stuff, man. Let me get to the chat real quick, and we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue talking about it, okay? So once again, man, thank you guys for jumping in, man. Wait a second, man. I'm just trying to get to the chat, man. You guys are just jumping up in here, man. So yeah, definitely, this is a tune-up fight. You know what I'm saying? What family was saying earlier, this is a tune-up fight. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Let's get to it. Fine. Let's get to it. I was going to talk about other stuff, but man, let's get to it. Y'all already talking about this. Okay. Let's get it. Okay. Herring Frampton post-fight reaction. Here we go. Here we go, fam. Okay. First and foremost, man, I mean, just like a lot of people are saying it, you know what I'm saying? He proved me wrong. Herring proved me wrong. And I don't care if I'm wrong. I say it time and time again. I really don't care if I'm wrong. I mean, I'll just come out and admit it, because that's how I learn. That's how I grow. I was honestly surprised about, with Herring's performance, on Saturday afternoon, or whatever the heck time it was, right? Some people, it just depends on your time zone, early afternoon, early evening, I don't know. But, whenever that fight went down on Saturday, I mean, that, man, I did not expect that from Herring. Herring was definitely patient. He was calm, cool, collected in that ring, man, using his jab precisely. When Frampton tried to jump in, pop, he stopped him with the jab. Man, Herring used his height and, reach advantage. Definitely. He used it to his advantage. Smart. Man, hats off to Herring. I really thought Frampton, because of his, veteran status, because of the wars he's been through, I thought he really was going to bring it. But what Herring did was Herring dismantled Frampton's game plan to the freaking T, dude. Frampton was kind of lost in there, man. He didn't really know what to do. Obviously, there were some little minimal amounts of success for Frampton on the inside when he found, to a certain extent, but not much. When he got somewhat of a rhythm, I don't remember which round it was, but somewhat of a rhythm, Frampton, going on the inside, landing some shots on the, on Herring's, with some hook shots upstairs, going to the body just a little bit though. But man, for the most part, Herring, man, was very, very smart, using his footwork, you know what I'm saying, and using the ring, the jab, pop. When he used the jab, Frampton, went down on one of those. I think it was a jab. I think one of the knockdowns that Herring, had against Frampton, he went down on the jab, man. So he just calculated wonderfully with the jab, calculated wonderfully with the uppercut on the inside, pop. It just had Frampton freaking wobbling, and it was over. You already know it. And I just want to say, man, hats off to Herring. He proved me freaking wrong, man. And the reason why he proved me wrong to such an extent, because remember, I've talked about it in the last, whatever. I think it was in the last live session. I gave a quick breakdown. And this is one of the reasons why I was going for Frampton too, because I thought that, Herring didn't have that. I wouldn't say, well, I don't know. I want to say heart or dog, but that persistence, because remember, he got cut over the right eye in his last fight, not in the Frampton fight, before that. And it looked like he quit, man. So I was thinking, man, I just don't think Herring has it. You know what I'm saying? To go 12 rounds, war. But he did it smart. He did it methodically. And dude, my hat's off, ladies and gentlemen, to Herring. Beautiful win. Beautiful win. So we got here, Ricky. Now, what are the ramifications of this? Okay, now, farewell to Frampton, man. He's going to retire, if I'm not mistaken. Before the fight happened, he was talking about if he loses, he's going to retire. So I mean, hey, hats off to Frampton. But who knows nowadays, man? Fighters nowadays say they're going to retire, and then they come back 1 year later and come and fight a UFC guy. I mean, that's just what it is. We talked about it last week. It is what it is. He said he's going to retire, but Frampton's a serious guy. I mean, I don't see him coming back really and doing something like that. But who knows, man? A lot of these fighters will jump for the money. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But it is what it is. It sounds like Frampton is retiring. Hats off to Frampton and a wonderful career, man. Just a warrior. Frampton's a warrior, man. And I really love the sportsmanship that Herring showed to Frampton, man, after the fight. Herring, great champ. Great champ. I got nothing to take away. Beautiful fight. It was enjoyable to watch. It was enjoyable to see how Herring, I repeat one more time, dismantled, Frampton's game plan. He just dismantled him. You know what I'm saying? Frampton looked kind of confused, didn't know what to do, had to try to go left and right, kind of like Mike Tyson to a certain extent. Frampton had a problem fighting short in this fight in particular. You know what I'm saying? So just amazing, just amazing. So Ricky's saying here, now let's talk about a little bit about the ramifications of this. So Ricky E245 is saying, I don't think Herring is going to fight Shakur. I don't either. Okay, I don't either. That's something I wanted to talk about. So a lot of people are talking about it now, and we definitely got to talk about it here, man. So, okay, so the post-fight interview, okay, Herring, you already know he was sweating in the ring. You know what I'm saying? They put the mic in his face, and he was talking. Yeah, I got the belt, blah blah blah, and I won, and this is one of the greatest victories, whatever. And then he went directed his wording towards Valdez and towards unifying. Okay, towards unifying against Valdez for that WBC belt. Now, I recall, if I'm not mistaken, okay, we go back. Let's go back a little bit. Shakur Stevenson, man, he's been saying this for months. I've talked about it for a while. You know what I'm saying? I think I even made videos about it, or I just went live and broke it down, but I think I did make a video about it. And breaking down how Shakur Stevenson has been saying for a minute. He's been saying for a minute, ever since the Herring and Frampton fight was announced, Shakur said, I want the winner between Herring and Frampton. Now, this is what I like about Shakur, man. This is what I really dig about him. Obviously his skills, yeah, but his heart, man, what he represents. When he says he wants to fight somebody, he really pushes the best he can to fight somebody. Now, I've said this time and time again, too. I fear that Shakur is going to be kind of left out, by the higher ups in the business of the sport of boxing. Whether it be Bob Arum, whether it be Todd DeBuff, whatever, whoever superiors that Shakur Stevenson has right now in Top Rank, I think they're going to limit him, and I think they're going to kind of set him aside. I've said this time and time again. I think Shakur Stevenson's going to be next. Who they're going to kind of like put to the side and try to avoid, whether it be fighters, whether it be politics, men in suits or what have you, right? The higher ups in the sport of boxing. And it seems like it's kind of happening. Okay, fine. Watch real quick. What did they just put on ESPN? And this is why I don't do this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do the pound for pound stuff. As of yet, I don't do that. And I probably will never do that, man. I don't do the whole, this is my pound for pound list, or I don't do, this is my top 10, or it's just too freaking controversial, man. My top 10 can be totally different and on another planet compared to another person's top 10. One network's pound for pound can be alien compared to another network's pound for pound. I mean, I just don't even get into that stuff, man. I don't get into it. Other people do. That's great. You know what I'm saying? But not me. It's too freaking controversial and subjective, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying? So why am I saying this? Because recently, they're on the screen. ESPN puts their rankings or whatever, top 10. Shakur, not accepting it. And it seems like, I don't know how they can break it down how they want, ESPN or whatever. Why am I saying this? Because that's another blow to Shakur Stevenson. That's another blow, to him. He's just feeling left out. I said this before, man. I've said this, that, months ago, he's tweeted along the lines of, hey, all these guys are avoiding me. I ain't getting the fights that I want. These people I'm calling out, I'm paraphrasing what he said, okay? These people I'm calling out, they don't want to fight me. Then he went back and forth with Eddie Hearn, because before, he wanted to fight Warrington, if I'm not mistaken. He wanted to fight Warrington. But then he was going back and forth with Hearn and, no, you offered me this. No, you didn't. And blah, blah, blah. Ha, ha, ha. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like Shakur Stevenson, man, he's just taking blow after blow. You know what I'm saying? Disadvantage after disadvantage. I really hope he doesn't end up like certain fighters out there who aren't getting those opportunities. Who are one of those fighters? I mean, I guess we could say to a certain extent Rigondeaux. I guess we could say to a certain extent King Kong Ortiz. We can say to a certain extent Demetrius Andrade. I mean, there are fighters out there, ladies and gentlemen, who are not getting the opportunities, and big fights, that other fighters are getting. And I feel Shakur Stevenson is going to be next, man. I hope it isn't. I hope I'm wrong. But up to now, it looks like it is, man. Up to now. I'm not, okay, now. Let's get to this. So, like, concerning what Ricky is saying, and let's break down the ramifications of, those who are jumping in, concerning the ramifications of Herring versus Frampton winner. Okay, Herring won. His words were directed mostly towards Valdez. He didn't even mention Shakur Stevenson, from what I understand. From what I remember, Herring didn't even mention Shakur Stevenson. There's a reason why, ladies and gentlemen. I think one of the reasons why is this. I'm not saying Herring is ducking. I don't do that. I don't talk about, oh yeah, he's ducking. He's fighting Dollar Tree cashiers. That's a new one I heard, man. That's a new one I saw recently on social media. Dollar Tree cashiers? Oh my gosh. Okay, first it was cab drivers. Then it was, cherry picking or whatever. Then it was Uber drivers. Then now it's Dollar Tree cashiers. And then also before that, I heard Walmart employees. It's like, man, I don't do that, man. I mean, I laugh sometimes when I read it. It's funny. It's funny. I react sometimes with laughing emojis on social media. It's funny. I get it. I get where they're coming from. But I just don't do that on my part. You know what I'm saying? I just don't do that, So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Herring is ducking Shakur, but these are the two reasons, okay? Or let's just say one reason. One main reason that looks quite apparent and relevant and clear, is that Herring wants to unify. That's cool. If he wants to unify, look, ladies and gentlemen, look. Herring versus Valdez would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. I mean, I would love to see that fight. Stylistically, it would be a chess match. Stylistically, I repeat, Herring versus Valdez would be a chess match. Valdez, it looks like he does quite well against taller fighters. Look how big Burchelt was, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people, even the freaking commentators, if I'm not mistaken, oh, look at Burchelt's size. He's huge. Look at how small Valdez is when they were in the ring, when they were in round one. Look at Burchelt. He's huge. I don't know if he's going to, stay in this weight division, blah, blah, blah. And Valdez did amazing. He did amazing against Burchelt. You know what I'm saying? So Valdez looks like he knows how to fight the tall guys. You know what I'm saying? He did amazing against Burchelt. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. Herring, another tall guy. You know what I'm saying? Lengthy fighter, but very smart. Herring is no freaking Burchelt, man. So it would be more of a chess match. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Also, on the contrary, if Herring fights Shakur, that would also be another chess match. That would be an amazing chess match right there. Now, Herring, he's directing his words towards Valdez. He wants to unify. However, I'm sure you guys already know this. Shakur Stevenson posted it out, on social media, if I'm not mistaken, receiving an email from his higher ups, Bob Arum, whatever, right? Top Rank or whatever. And WBO, if I'm not mistaken, a letter via email or what have you, that, the winner between Shakur Stevenson and Jeremiah Nakatili. Okay, I broke that down the other day of Shakur Stevenson's next fight that's been announced for weeks now. Went some time ago live talking about that. So Shakur, Nakatili, Jeremiah Nakatili is a guy from Africa, never fought outside of Africa from what I know. Let me get to the chat in a moment. Okay, I just want to break this down concerning what Ricky E245 said. So from what I've seen, man, this Jeremiah Nakatili guy from Africa has never fought outside of Africa. I'm assuming there's no venue, from what I understand, yet between Shakur Stevenson and Jeremiah. There's no venue. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be in the United States. So this is going to be the first time this guy, Jeremiah Nakatili, Shakur's next opponent, I'm almost positive this is going to be the first time he's fighting, in the Western Hemisphere, at least against, in his pro career. Maybe in amateurs is went around here. I don't know. But in his pro career. So, it looks like Shakur. I mean, this guy's tall too. I mean, this guy, Jeremiah, tall guy, he has reach, man. So really tall dude. So I mean, when you go to Jeremiah Nakatili's fights, man, um, stylistically, I mean, I think Shakur Stevens he's gonna beat him. Okay, most likely he's gonna beat him. Right now, man, there's so many freaking surprises in the sport of boxing. Who knows, right? But I mean, if everything goes well, if Shakur fights how he fights, he should beat this dude. He's probably going to KO him. Okay, okay. So yeah, Shakur should beat this Jeremiah Nakatila. Now, WBO. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, Shakur Stevenson putting in social media or whatever, it's out there. Okay, I mean it's easy to find. That he received email that WB is ordering. Okay, is ordering the winner of Shakur Stevenson and Jeremiah Nakatili to fight Herring. Now it's Herring because he's the winner. He beat Frampton. And if you even go before that letter, that whole thing, okay, the ordering WBO ordering this fight, Shakur Stevenson's been saying, I reiterate, he's been saying he wants to fight the winner between Herring and Frampton. Now, Shakur Stevenson, it seemed like he was eyeing more Frampton. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Shakur Stevenson thought that Frampton was going to win. But Shakur doesn't care, man. He wants the guy with the belt. That's what I love about Shakur Stevenson. If I'm not mistaken, okay, I don't know, man. I really don't get into those details, but from what I understand, Shakur and Herring, they've worked together in the gym, kind of friends. But Shakur, he's putting that to the side. I don't do friend stuff in the ring. It's all business. In the ring, it's business. So that's what I love about Shakur Stevenson. So he's calling out Herring, man. He's calling out Herring, and the WBO, I repeat, is ordering. Maybe you've seen it already. Is ordering the winner of Shakur Stevenson and Nakatili to fight Herring for that belt that Herring has. Now, my question is this. And if I'm not, okay, so Herring has 30 days, and that whole stipulation or whatever, that letter, Herring has 30 days to decide if he's going to take the winner between Shakur Stevenson and Nakatili, which I'm sure it's going to be Shakur Stevenson. If he's going to take that fight, that mandatory fight, if I'm not mistaken, it's mandated. I think it's a mandatory. 30 days to decide. Is he going to choose him or vacate the belt that he has now? So seems like Herring kind of spoke out a little bit too soon. I understand he's just unified, but within 30 days, if he chooses not to fight Shakur, Herring's gonna have to vacate that belt. So if he turns around and fights and wants to fight Valdez, there's not going to be a unification because Valdez has the WBC, the WBO. If I'm not mistaken, this WBO belt that Herring has, they're going to strip or Herring's going to have to vacate that belt, and Shakur and Nakatili are going to fight for that vacant belt. If I'm not mistaken, Nakatili, that one dude. So if I'm not mistaken, like I said, man, I don't pay attention to belts. I really don't pay attention too much on who has how many belts. I don't think Herring has another belt. So if he has to vacate that belt, if he chooses not to fight Shakur, he has to vacate that belt he has. So if he turns around and he decides to fight Valdez, he's going to fight for that WBC belt. And that other belt that he leaves vacant is going to be vacant for Shakur and Nakatili, if I'm not mistaken. So I agree, Ricky. I agree. I don't think he's going to fight Shakur. And another thing, here's another reason. Here's the second reason, which I alluded to earlier, saying that to back up what Ricky's saying and what I think, that Herring's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson. One, because he said he wants to go fight Valdez for that WBC belt. Two is because in that same, in the post-fight interview, like I said, when the camera was in his face, that microphone was in his face right after the fight, he said he was talking about moving up. So he said he was talking about moving up, and he mentioned nothing to Shakur. Nothing. He said, "Yeah, I was soon. I was thinking about moving up. I'm paraphrasing, okay? I was talking about, I was thinking about moving up, but there's also unification, and I want to go to Valdez. Valdez, he's calling him out or whatever. So those are two reasons that show us it's most likely he's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson. It's more probable he's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson. I just don't see it happening. Ricky E245, I think you're quite right on that, bro. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And I'm going to stand on what I say, man. Herring, I don't think he wants to fight Shakur Stevenson. I'm not saying he's ducking him. I'm not saying he's scared. But, it looks like he just has other things in mind. And if it boils down to it, okay, I just think he feels that Shakur is really skilled, and it's going to be a freaking tough fight. Okay, that's what I think Herring feels. I'm not saying he's scared, but he's going to say, this is a big risk for me. You know what I'm saying? We got Pigeon. Okay, Pigeon. I don't know, man. I don't know. Herring isn't fighting Valdez either. I'm not sure, man. It can be he is. It can be it. It's kind of premature right now because I don't think that this is the thing we got to understand, guys. I don't think Herring knew about that letter that Shakur Stevenson received, that letter or whatever. Or I think Herring received it. I think Herring is the one who received that letter or something. That he's either has to vacate if he's not going to fight the winner of Shakur and Nakatili. So I think it's Herring the one who received that letter. But yeah, man. So we got here. DP Rock is saying, let me get to the chat, man. We got DP Rock saying Wilder needs to get some work in. Yeah, he does, man. He definitely does. So I'm excited. I'm excited of that information. Those who are just jumping in, man, I'm going to start getting to the chat right now. Bruce Goes gave us some information that Wilder's going to be back in the ring against Carlos Negron, if I'm not mistaken. Is that his name? On June 12th, if I'm not mistaken. So Wilder's going to be back, man. So awesome. Yes, he definitely needs to get some work in. Like I said, man, I'm going to be paying a lot of attention, really close attention to what he says in press conferences, looking at his facial expressions, his eyes. I just want to see how he is psychologically, man. And more than anything, I want to see what he does in the ring, man. So, I know. Bruce, that emoji isn't prayer. It's a high five. Oh, okay. Money in the Ghetto. What's up, family? My guys in the building, man. Thanks so much, man. Money in the Ghetto's up in here. You guys are awesome. Supreme Beast. What's going on, Supreme? How you doing, bro? I hope you're doing great. I love seeing you guys on, the Jab Jamboree, Honorable Act. I love seeing you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You guys bring some wonderful points. And me as jury, I got to be just, Supreme Beast. I got to be just and right in my decisions. I have to, Supreme. I have to. I love hearing you guys there, man. Y'all subscribe to Supreme Beast, man. I got some great talk over there, boxing talk, man. So we got here Bruce Go saying, yeah, Bruce, this is what I like about Shakur. This is what I like about Shakur. Man, months ago, I got it on my channel. Y'all can go find it. I don't remember what it's called. It's something like Don't Sleep on Shakur Stevenson. It's something called like that. It's something called like I made a video mainly on Shakur Stevenson and said how people are sleeping on Shakur, man. And this was months ago. And this is what I like about Shakur. He's a real one. He said, man, screw the friendship. I want to work. You got the belt, Herring. You're next. And what happened? Okay, what's going on right now on social media? Other people hyping up. You see what I don't like about this whole stuff? I don't care what media it is. I don't care what platform it comes from. I don't care if they had a gazillion years on ESPN, if they were former reporters. I don't care. We all have opinions, and I respect them, but I'm not going to fall into the hype stuff, man. A lot of people right now are trying to hype up, which is fine. I get it. Because I myself just said earlier, if Herring fights Valdez, it would be awesome to see. But no one's mentioning Herring versus Shakur. Why not? When Shakur has been saying for a while, for months, that he wants the Frampton and Herring winner. I don't know why people are trying to ignore Shakur. And, on social media, people are trying to hype up, Herring and Valdez, and Shakur Stevenson replied to one of those tweets. He said, over my dead body. So he's, something like that along those lines. So Shakur, he wants to smoke. Shakur wants to smoke, man. In other words, Shakur's saying, yeah, I don't care. It's great that we work together, Herring, in the gym, blah, blah, blah. But hey, this is business. Screw the friendship. Let's get it on. That's what I love about Shakur. He's a real one. He's a real one, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. We got here, Sock Trent come. Excuse me. Quick stop on it. Oh, that's great, man. Herring either fight Shakur or vacate the belt. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Sock Trent. Thanks for jumping in, bro. That's the thing. Those are his only options. You see? Those are his only options. It kind of reminds me of right now what the WBC is ordering. Okay, this is kind of like what the WBC is ordering with Ryan Garcia and Fortuna. And you already know, I'm sure you guys seen it recently, that on social media, whatever, Ryan Garcia and Fortuna, quote unquote, agreed on fighting. And now we just got information that Ryan Garcia signed the contract for a fight, for his next fight. But these quote unquote sources are saying, you know, that he signed a contract for his next fight, and announcement's coming on Tuesday. But according to the context of all this, WBC ordering Ryan Garcia versus Fortuna. And a few days later, Ryan Garcia and Fortuna, quote unquote, agreed on, right? They agreed on the fight, on the terms. And now Ryan Garcia signed a contract. But the source, right, quote unquote, source out there, or whatever that's out there on Twitter or whatever, saying that he signed for a next fight, but it didn't necessarily say Fortuna. Evidence points that it has to be Fortuna. Why do I say this? Because it reminds me of the WBC ordering Ryan Garcia versus Fortuna, the winner of them two, and the winner between Haney versus Linares, they have to go at it. They have to go at it. They have to be next. So this kind of reminds me of the situation right now that Herring is in. The winner of you know what I'm saying, the WBO, I think it's WBO, right? WBO ordering Herring, or the winner between Herring and Frampton, right, to go and fight Shakur Stevenson. The winner between Stevenson and Jeremiah Nakatili. So it's kind of like that. So those are the only you see Straight Club. These are the only options that Herring has. Exactly. He either fights Shakur or vacates. Now let's go back to that real quick. Let's clarify this. And that's a question I have. Maybe somebody can comment in the comment section. Maybe you guys know more than I do in this aspect, because I really don't know all the ins and outs and all this stuff and all the stipulation and regulations, you know, and sometimes I can care less about it. Because look, for example, look at Mauricio Suleiman. This guy's making it all confusing, and it sucks the way he's doing things to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? But yeah. So Herring, right after he fought, you know, Frampton, after he beat him, he said that he wants to unify by fighting Valdez. But how is it going to unify? How is Herring going to unify the belts if he has these decisions? He has only these options. He's either going to fight Shakur or vacate. So if he doesn't vacate, he has to fight Shakur. So he can't unify with Valdez. You see what I'm saying? So, or if he turns around, and fights Valdez, then he's going to have to vacate that belt, and it's going to go to Shakur or Nakatili, the winner, Nakatili, whatever how you pronounce that. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like Herring is stuck in a corner. You know, he's either going to have to fight Shakur, vacate, and if he vacates, he's most likely going to move up. Because remember, in that same sentence, in that same context of what he's saying, when he wanted to unify, when he said he wants to unify against Valdez, he said he wants to move up too. He said, you know, he was thinking about, or whatever the heck he said, however he said it, he said he wants to move up. He said, however, you know, I want to unify. So if he vacates, I repeat, this is possibly going to happen. If Herring vacates the belt because he doesn't want to fight Shakur for whatever reason, then he's most likely going to move up. And he's going to leave that belt behind. Yeah, he's going to leave that belt behind, man. So I think it's going to work. It's going to be like that, man. Yeah, so I'll catch you on the. Oh, that's fine. That's fine, bro. You can hear the playback later if you want, man. Thanks so much, man, for jumping in. Raheem Jackson, what's going on, man? So salute, because you the first one I heard mention this, and the fact he was supposed to be guaranteed the. Hey, Raheem Jackson, I thank so much. I've never seen you before, man. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe, bro. And just a real quick introduction to this channel. It's just a platform where we simply talk and discuss, critique, analyze, and talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion, man. No biases up in here. We just love the sport of boxing. It's simple as that, Raheem. Simple as that here on this platform. You're not going to hear bickering going back and forth. I don't talk about other. I don't talk trash. I keep it clean here, man. I even keep the language clean. Raheem Jackson, you are welcome. You can go ahead and share it with your family, share it with friends. you don't have to worry about craziness on this channel. We just love the sport of boxing. That's all we love here. You know what I'm saying? So Raheem Jackson, I appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for jumping in here, man. 100, definitely all day. PGH is in the building. What's going on, fam? What's going on, man? Thank you so much for jumping in. My guy, man. Big Megastar family up in there. Thank you guys so much, man. Phil J's up in here too, man. You guys are jumping up in here. Hey, Boricua Zionist Nation, what's going on, family? You guys are awesome. So, thank you guys for jumping in, man. So we got here also Mexican supremacists, unifications, Trump Mandos. Yeah, they do. They do. Unifications do trump it. So I don't know what's going to go on, man. I mean, who knows? According to that letter, you know what I'm saying, that if I'm not mistaken, it was Herring who received it, but it was posted in social media, okay? So the WBO, I think that's the belt that Herring has. Whatever, right? Like I said, I don't pay attention too much with this ABC belts, man. It's too freaking confusing and so many stipulations. To a certain extent, I do pay attention, but it's just you already know my approach on belts, man. But there's a letter out there that's ordering that. So we'll see, man. It can be Mexican supremacists. That's a good point you made, man. Unifications trump Mandos. It's a big possibility that, you know, this unification with Valdez, it can trump it. So it can nullify him needing to go and fight Shakur Stevenson and nullifies him vacating. So we'll see, man. I mean, I would like to see, I mean, like I said, if Herring turns around and fights Valdez, it would be awesome, because stylistically it would be a great fight. But then again, it would make me think, man, another blow for Shakur Stevenson, man. Just in any case, this is just a question of Shakur Stevenson has to be patient, man. He just has to be patient and keep fighting the guys they put in front of him, just like Bud Crawford, man. I mean, that's what he said. I mean, you see, that's the thing, man. Bud Crawford is in that situation too. He said it he said it before in an interview. He said, you know what, I'm just going to beat the guys who they put in front of me. Who they put in front of me. They is obviously, you know, his ups, man, his superiors and top rank, you know, and Shakur Stevenson in this case, man, he just has to be patient. If that's the case where, you know, this unification, if it trumps all this, the Mando and all that stuff, man, and these stipulations that they're putting on Herring, then Shakur Stevenson has to be patient. He has to take this guy Jeremiah out. He has to, you know, beat this guy and move on. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are for that. A lot of people are for Herring and Valdez. I think it would be a great fight, you know. But then again, I mean, the winner between Herring. Okay, let's fast forward. If Herring goes and fights Valdez and they do a unification to trump this whole thing, right? If they do a unification, the winner out of them two has to go fight Shakur, man. I mean, it should work like that. But we'll see, man, concerning that. I mean, those are the ramifications I wanted to break down concerning that, okay? Concerning Frampton and Herring, you know, the post-fight reaction, ramifications between that, what's next. So we'll see, man. It's just a matter of time. We definitely got to pay attention, man, to see what's going to happen next. So Herring has 30 days. We know that as of now. He has 30 days to supposedly decide, right? According to what that letter was, you know, explaining, to either fight Shakur or vacate the title. But like Mexican Supremacist said, you got a good point, man, that unifications trump mandatory. So we'll see, man. Maybe he's going to say, you know what, I'm going to go unify. And it's going to trump all this stuff. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens next for them. So definitely, man. So let's get to something else, man. Definitely. And you guys go ahead and comment away, man. Now I'm going to get your comments in a moment, okay? Definitely, I want to talk about this. So I just mentioned it a moment ago. Okay? So let's break this down, okay? So, all right. So I just mentioned it real quickly. WBC, you already know the story. WBC ordering Ryan Garcia versus Fortuna, right? They ordered it a couple weeks ago, okay? And I took it with a grain of salt. I took that whole thing with a grain of salt. Just because a sanctioning body orders something, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. They're just ordering it, okay? Then the next step was, which I explained, obviously, which we all know. When I talked about it, I think I went live, and I went live. Yeah, I think I went live talking about it. It was a week and a half ago or something like that. It was ever since WBC ordered this thing. It was shortly after that. So I talked about, okay, when they order things, what's next? When they order a fight, whatever sanctioning body it is, it's going to come to negotiations. The next step is these teams negotiating. So the next step happens is, you know, as this evolved, a few days after that, I think it was a week after that, Ryan Garcia and Fortuna, according to social media, whatever, right? According to sources, right? According to reports, they're saying that they agreed on the fight. Okay. So they said that Javier Fortuna and Ryan Garcia agreed on the terms of that, of WBC ordering that fight. And now we're recently getting information. Okay, now we're getting information that Ryan Garcia signed a contract, okay, for his next fight. And that an announcement is going to come on Tuesday, which is going to be official announcement on Tuesday. Okay, so right now, what's the date? It's the 4th, January, March, April. It's the 4th. April, this is the 4th, 5, 6. On April 6th, we should get an announcement. We should. And I still don't 100% believe in it yet because we got to wait for announcements, man. Because you already know with Ryan Garcia what's going on. You already know supposedly he was supposed to fight Fat Pacquiao, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know, man. We're going to have to wait till this official announcement. We'll see how formal it is. You know what I'm saying? But the report that's coming out and saying that he signed the contract for his next fight, it doesn't say who it's against. You know, it doesn't say who it's against. According to what I just explained and the whole thing, ever since WBC ordered Ryan versus Fortuna, then they supposedly agreed, Fortuna and Ryan Garcia agreed on the fight. And now we're seeing that Ryan Garcia signed the contract for his next fight, but it doesn't say against who. All evidence points to that it should be Javier Fortuna. It should be Javier Fortuna. And it better be, okay? It better be Javier Fortuna. It should be Javier Fortuna. And I've said this before, man. If this fight goes down, Javier Fortuna and Ryan Garcia, I said this ever since that WBC ordered it. If this fight goes down, hey, definitely hats off to Ryan Garcia, hats off to Oscar De La Hoya, and hats off to WBC. I know WBC has its big corrupt stuff, man. It's big fishiness in the background, and you already know why, okay? You already know why. But when it comes to great fights being made, man, and great fights being ordered, and if they follow through on it, hey, my hat's off. That's what I want to see, man. I want to see these great fights. So a lot of people, and let's be 100 on this, man. I got to be 100 on this with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have criticized Ryan Garcia and all this social media stuff, you know, lying, in other words, you know, hyping things up, saying I'm going to knock out, you know, Tank Davis in 2 rounds and this and that, and, you know, saying that they're going to fight next or whatever. And then Pacquiao, and, you know, it's just a bunch of fluff, a bunch of nonsense. I didn't buy it, which is why I made a video some time ago saying, don't believe the hype. Don't believe all that. It's just smoke and mirrors, man. Whatever. He ain't going to fight Tank Davis next. He ain't going to fight, you know what I'm saying? This whole Pacquiao stuff, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? But I give credit to whom credit is due, man. If Ryan Garcia is going to step up and fight Fortuna, we definitely got to, you know, I've said it so many times, man. And you know what I'm saying? Other platforms say it too. That's great. You know what I'm saying? Because we recognize when fighters really step up and go for the gusto. Ryan Garcia fighting Campbell, that was a great step up fight. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. If Ryan Garcia turns around, and fights Fortuna next, man, that's the direction a prospect should go. I can care less, man, what kind of freaking title Ryan Garcia has. Interim, diamond, silver, metallic, copper. There's too many freaking belts out there, okay? You already know my stance on belts. Too many freaking belts. So much confusion on these dang belts. Whatever. To me, he's kind of like a prospect still. I mean, I know it's debatable. No, he's a contender. Oh, he's a contender. I mean, whatever the heck he is, okay? He's a fighter. He's a boxer. Okay, that's how I see him. Okay? He's a boxer, and he's coming up. Okay? So, my hat's off to Ryan Garcia. Taking back-to-back fights like this, hey, he's doing what he has to do. He's doing what he has to do, man. I got nothing else to say against that. but we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Let's wait till Tuesday and let's see what this announcement's about. Okay. OG Eric, what's going on, family? What's going on, bro? OG Eric, thanks so much for jumping in, bro. I think you changed your name before, haven't you, OG Eric? I think you changed your name. I think you had another name before, didn't you? Or do you have two accounts? Because I remember you had another one. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, OG Eric, thanks so much for jumping in here, man. Phil J, all you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Thanks guys for jumping in. What do you guys think about that, okay? I want to hear your opinions on this. Like, if Ryan Garcia really does take this Fortuna ordered fight by WBC, hey, I got to take my hats off to him, man. I got to say, hey, good stuff, Ryan. This is what we want to see. This is what we want to see. And if he takes this, it goes a step further and closer to fighting Haney. Okay? Because that's what we want to see, right? Supposedly, I'm not calling him this. I'm not calling him this. But supposedly, these other networks out there are calling them the Four Kings. The Four Kings of 135. Man, they're not kings yet if they're not facing each other. Yes, they're kings to a certain extent. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I respect Teofimo in the belts he has, minus the foolish franchise belt. I respect Haney in the belt he has. I've made videos about it with Haney. I definitely. Ryan Garcia, supposedly he's one of the Four Kings. And I think Tank Davis, if I'm not mistaken, is another, right? It's the Four Kings. Haney, Teo, correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan Garcia, and Tank Davis. But if they're not fighting each other, man, we'll see who's the supreme king. You see what I'm saying? Until they fight each other, we're going to see who's the supreme king. So if Ryan Garcia fights Fortuna, awesome. And the winner, hey, if Fortuna beats Ryan, then Fortuna should be considered one of the Four Kings, right? Forget all this freaking, how many followers, Instagram. Who cares, man? That's not going to make you a freaking king in the ring. You see what I'm saying? And that goes for any fighter. I don't care how many followers they have on Instagram. I don't care how fast they do their shoe shine on videos. I don't care how wonderful they look on the mitts. The proof is in the pudding, man. What are you doing in the ring? What are you doing in the ring and who you're fighting? That's what surprises me. That's what makes me like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I mean, that's all that other stuff is great. It's glitz and glamour. That's fine for you. I don't pay attention. Okay, that's nice. You've got nice cars. Beautiful, beautiful. Great for you, man. But what are you doing in the ring, man? Who are you fighting? That's what defines you as a freaking king in any division. In any division. That's what defines you as a king in the division. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to, I don't follow that stuff. The Four Kings at 135. Yeah, that's great, but you got to face each other, okay? You got to make moves and handle business. Four Kings, okay? Y'all got to make some moves, fight each other. So why am I saying this? If Ryan Garcia fights Fortuna, hey, that's one step closer to him being one of the Four Kings. Because I don't label them these kings. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get into that. But it's one step closer for Ryan Garcia to go and face Haney, because the winner between Ryan Garcia and Fortuna has to face the winner between Linares and Haney. Now, we let me just repeat it, okay? We got to give Ryan Garcia his credit, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of things rub us the wrong way with somebody like that, lying to misleading the community. Making the community think, making the populace and the masses think because you're a big star on social media, it converts to being a big star in boxing or when it comes to legacy. It doesn't really equate the same. You see what I'm saying? But if Ryan Garcia, man, fights freaking Fortuna, that's awesome. That's dude. I'm gonna give Ryan Garcia his credit just for stepping up to that, because he just beat Campbell. Turn around and fight Fortuna. Hey, continue building on your legacy, Ryan Garcia. But we got to wait till Tuesday because supposedly the official announcement is going to be on Tuesday. And it doesn't really talk about, it just says announcement of it, that he signed the contract for his next fight. It doesn't say, Oh, he signed the contract for his next fight against Fortuna. It doesn't say that. That social media, whatever, that source that's coming out in social media is saying this. He's saying that it's saying that it's reported that Ryan Garcia, he signed the contract for his next fight, but it doesn't say who it's against. All evidence points to it has to be Fortuna. If it's not Fortuna, ladies and gentlemen, if it's not Fortuna, the community's going to let him have it, man. They're going to let him have it. They're going to be like, Ryan Garcia, what are you fooling, man? Who are you trying to fool, man? That's how they're going to come out. That's how they're going to come out. That's how the community's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost. You all think it's going to be Pac-Man? I don't think so. You think it's going to be Tank Davis? I don't think so. It has to be Fortuna. The evidence points to that. If it's not, and if it's not Pac-Man, if it's not, I'm just saying the alternatives. If it's not Fortuna, supposedly it should be Pac-Man or Davis, right? But it's not going to happen. It's most likely not going to be those other guys. You see what I'm saying? And if it's not Fortuna, if it's some other guy that a lot of people don't want to see him fight, it's just another warm-up fight, whatever, the community is going to let Ryan Garcia have it, man. They're going to be like, hey, man, WBC, whatever, right? WBC ordered Fortuna and Ryan Garcia, and he's not taking it, and this and that. No, they're just going to go off on Ryan Garcia, man. They're going to go, the community. I'm talking about the boxing community. I'm not talking about all these followers on Instagram that love him, for his looks and modeling and whatever. That's great. That's his business. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? More power to Ryan Garcia and success and the successful avenues that he has. You know what I'm saying? More power to him. I'm talking about the boxing community. They're going to criticize Ryan Garcia up the yin yang, man. They're definitely going to criticize him. He's going to be eaten alive, man. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, speaking of this announcement stuff, you know where I'm going at with this. What's up with Bud Crawford, man? Didn't Bob Arum say, okay, I don't get into that talk too much, but what the heck is going on there, man? I don't dedicate my lives talking about this stuff, as far as with Bud Crawford, and the whole situation there, but didn't Bob Arum say, I think it was on Barbershop Conversations, salute to Fred. Didn't he say there that there was a major fight for Bud on pay-per-view that's going to be announced this week? That he said that last week, that it's going to be next week. It was going to be announced. It's Sunday. The whole week went by. There's no announcement. What's going on there? What's going on there? What's going on with Bud Crawford, man? We went live last week talking about it. I had to dedicate some time to that. You know what I'm saying? With my guy, Chris Reyna, salute to family there, Chris Reyna. And we were breaking it down. And all these other platforms, boxing community platforms are breaking it down too, saying that, Bud Crawford, it's probably going to be Pacquiao. It's probably going to be Thurman. It's probably going to even be Porter. But what the heck's up with that announcement, man? Did I mistakenly hear maybe Bob meant the week after next week? Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. I'm not trying to blame Bob that he was wrong. Let's just listen. He said next week, and I think he said that on a Sunday. Maybe he sees it as Sunday being the first day of the week. I don't know, man. You see, it just depends how he said it, because maybe he's going to come out tomorrow and say, you see, I told you it was next week. You see, maybe in Bob's mind, his mind, his 90 freaking whatever year old mind, I don't know how old he is, but maybe he thought, because if I'm not mistaken, he was on Barbershop Conversation on Sunday. Okay, I don't have my calendar on me, but last Sunday, we'll just put it like that. If I'm not mistaken, it was last Sunday, right? Last Sunday, he was on Barbershop, and I think it was Sunday night, because Barbershop goes late, man. That's a lot of the time I don't catch Barbershop live because I'm usually in bed, man. A lot of the times I catch his replays when it comes to certain interviews. It was on a Sunday night, and I think it was going into Monday morning. So we got to pay attention to the time frames. Maybe Bob was referring to next week, but next week meaning tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, you guys? So I don't know what's going on. Or did I hear wrong? Did I hear Bob Arum wrong? I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to say that, Bob Arum is a liar and this and that. I don't know. You see, if you see it like that, ladies and gentlemen, that's probably the whole misconception here. It's probably a big misconception, you all. It's probably that Bob Arum, when he said next week, I repeat, I think it was last Sunday he said this. He said there's a major fight pay-per-view announcement for Bud Crawford next week. The time that interview was going down, I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. I think it was even going to 12 midnight. Maybe Bob Arum sees Sunday as the beginning of the next week, the beginning of the week, and next week he's probably referring to starting tomorrow. You see what I'm trying to say here, you guys? I hope I'm not confusing people. Okay, I hope I'm not confusing anyone. You see? Okay, let me get to the chat. Let me get to chat. Brusco says here they ain't even talking about each other. Never mind. Yeah, Brusco. You see, Bruce, that's why I don't get carried away with this whole Four Kings stuff, man. Four Kings of the 135, and it's like, yeah, I don't buy that just yet. You know what I'm saying? Just not. But I respect though those who are the champs. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying that I don't respect the champs. And y'all know my platform. I've said it time and time again, man, since videos and videos and videos ago. Haney, he has the WBC belt, man. Teofimo is not undisputed, but he's a champ. He's a unified champ or whatever, right? Haney is WBC champ at 135. So they're champs in the division. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the Four Kings, but they got to fight each other, man. They got to fight them. They can call them what they want, you know what I'm saying? But these networks, but they got to fight each other. It's just it is what it is. I mean, you can't go around that. You know, so box fans, what's going on, bro? Hey, Bucks fans, how you doing, man? It's great to see you. Thank you so much for jumping in. So we're just talking about Ryan Garcia, this whole thing, Fortuna. You know what I'm saying? And that led me to talk about Bob's supposed announcement. I think it's probably going to be this week, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be this week. I think Bob and his concept of time was a little bit different when he announced that. You see what I'm saying? Turn my camera on for a second. I don't want to put this camera on because I'm using my tablet and it's not that really clear. It's kind of a messed up screen there. It's not the clearest. So yeah. Thanks so much for jumping in. So we're talking about that, man. We're talking about that. We got DP Rock is saying Bob talks in circles. That's the thing, man. I mean, it's gonna make Bud look it's gonna make him look a little bit more worse. You know what I'm saying? If Bob doesn't come out and give an announcement, for all we know, ladies and gentlemen, for all we know, it's probably gonna be some UFC fighter or something. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya just took a photo with this Triller guy, whatever, right? He just took a photo of him. So, excuse me. So what's gonna happen? So what looks like it's going to happen is that, Oscar De La Hoya is going to go to Triller and he's going to do his little fight over there or whatever he's going to do. It's probably going to be with Bud Crawford. For all we know, it's going to be a fight like that, man. I don't know. But if Bob doesn't come out and say something, man, this week, it's going to make Bud look bad because as it is, I've said it time and time again, man, as it is, the community is going all over Bud. And for justifiable reasons. It's not because they're hating on Bud. No, it's just justifiable reasons that they want to see Bud fight a legitimate top welterweight out there. That's all it is. Then that's my perspective. I'm not, what I'm saying, all power to Bud, man. More power to him. You know what I'm saying? And to those who like him and those who rock with him, awesome. But I just want to see him fight a top legitimate welterweight. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. It must be big. Let's just give it this week. You know what I'm saying? I think there's just a little misconception with how he said it and his time frame, Bob's time frame. Who the heck knows, right? But we'll see. It's gonna make Bud look kind of worse, man, if he doesn't say anything. If Bob doesn't come out and say anything, Bud's hush hush about it. Nobody's saying anything really. And from what I know, Pacquiao and his team or whatever, his team came out and said that it's nonsense, him and Bud. So who the heck knows what the heck is gonna go on there? So man, so yeah, we'll see what that's about, man. So hey. I want to say something else, man. I gotta say something else here. I think Lubin 154, man. Erickson Lubin, they agreed to fight also. Erickson Lubin Erickson Lubin agreed and vice versa. Jason Rosario agreed to fight 154. Man, my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some great fights coming out. You know what I'm saying? Great fights. Erickson Lubin versus Jason Rosario. And if I'm not mistaken, the winner of them two will have the opportunity to go back and fight Charlo. But I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen after that? But I think it's great news to hear, man. I think it's great news to hear. Lubin versus Rosario. Supposedly they agreed. Hopefully that fight goes down too. You see what I'm saying? There are lots of fights out there, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of fights out there, ladies and gentlemen, that look like are going to go down, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what we're seeing, man. Hey, Jerome Ennis is this Saturday. This Saturday, right? I think it's this Saturday. This is fight week, man. Fight week, ladies and gentlemen. Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Boots Ennis gonna fight Lipietz, right? And if I'm not mistaken, Top Rank has a stacked card on Saturday too. If I'm not mistaken, it's this Saturday. You got prospects fighting up in there, man. Top Rank. So it's just going to be beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Lipietz is going to show up and show out, man. He's going to make a freaking statement, man. Anything can happen in boxing. Lipietz can do, he can give some decent work against Ennis, but I highly doubt it. Ennis is going to box circles around Lipietz. I'm not going to wait until one day before the fight happens to give my, prediction. Lipietz, I think, is going to make. I'm sorry. Jerome Ennis is going to make Lipietz look like an amateur. That's just my humble opinion, man. He's going to make him look like an amateur in that ring, man. He's going to box circles. Ennis is going to box circles around Lipietz. He's going to make a statement Saturday night, man. I cannot wait. To a certain extent, I can wait because it's still my vacation and I have to enjoy every single day. This is my last week of vacation. I got to enjoy every single day, man. So I can't wait, but I can, I got to make the best of my freaking last days of vacation, man. So, oh my gosh, dude. So great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I got to get going, man. I wanted to mainly break down, these ramifications of the Herring, Frampton post-fight reaction, you know what I'm saying? And the ramifications of that, of the winner, which is Herring, obviously, Shakur Stevenson versus Nakatili. What they're ordering for Herring to do, whether to vacate or go face Shakur. Family also said who jumped in, you know what I'm saying? Unifications, Trump mandatories, what have you. We'll see what happens, man. We got to keep our eye on this. Got that breaking news from Brusco is Wilder is going to fight, man. Against who? Oh, gosh, man. Who was this dude? Carlos Negredo or something like that? Something like that, right? Yeah, Carlos. Let me get back to that, man. I'm gonna highlight that comment just before I leave, dude. I gotta comment that one more time. Where is it, man? It's gonna be against Carlos Negron. Yeah, Negron. Okay, so hold up. Bear with me. Bam, bam. There it is. There it is. While they're fighting Carlos Negron on June 12th, Fox pay-per-view. Bruce goes, man. Awesome stuff. He just sent the info. Heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Renee Box Young. I repeat what I said at the beginning of the live when Brusco shot this information. Screenshot it, share it out there. Say you heard it first from Brusco's right here on Renee Box Young. Family sharing the information. It made me more excited. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Wilder going back to fight in the ring. I can't wait to see him, man. So definitely everybody who jumped in, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Got a little bit over an hour, man. Don't want to take all your time up this wonderful Sunday, man. Have a wonderful Sunday, afternoon, evening. Enjoy the rest of the day, man. Get that rest. Rest up, man. Definitely ready to tackle the week that's coming. Okay, so thank you guys so much, man. Renee Box Young. I'll be pushing the live still, throughout the week. Family jumped in the building today. Thank you guys so much, man. Peace out. Stay safe. Love each and every one of you. Like, subscribe, share. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed fashion. Love each and every one of you, man. Yeah, Bruce goes, thanks so much for reminding me, man. Carlos Negron. Okay, awesome stuff, man. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, fam. Stay safe.